My dear brothers and sisters, as I heard the readings of today, I'm reminded of a beautiful song I learned long ago. The song is like this. My life is shallow without you. My life is empty without you. When you, Jesus, come into my life, oh, thousand meanings come into my life. Oh, Jesus, come into my life. Oh, Son of God, come into my life. Patiently waiting are we. Oh, Jesus, come into my life. When Jesus comes into our lives, there are 1,000 meanings that come into our lives. And I'm sure during these days of retreat, that has been your experience. Yes or no? Right? You have truly experienced when Jesus comes in, what all things go out. There are so many things in our lives do not allow Jesus to come in, and when those things are removed, Jesus comes in. Many years ago, when I was in Mumbai, in a center called Gyan Ashram, we have a center called Dialogue Center for Peace and Harmony, an opportunity where all people who belong to all religions can come and participate in various programs there to promote peace and harmony. So when I was there in the center for a year, time to time I used to go different places, especially many other parishes there for prayer service and retreats. So one day when I was going through the double-decker bus, I used to go in the double-decker bus in Mumbai. Nice to sit up and see everything. So I was passing by a place near Goregaon. On the left side there are so many theaters there, film theaters. And there was a huge billboard advertised of the film that was put there. The film mentioned, the name of the film was Mujhe Tere Dil Mein Rehna Hai. Mujhe Tere Dil Mein Rehna Hai. I thought it was a nice film. Wanted to see it, but I was very busy, could not make time for it. And then after some time, the film was gone. After some time, about a month or 1.5 months afterwards, I was same way when I was passing, I happened to see another board, which was written there, Mujhe Tumse Pyar Hai. Mujhe Tumse Pyar Hai. Oh, this is surely a love story, nice story. And I thought maybe I should watch it. But I didn't feel like going alone. Thought of going with somebody. I asked some other priests in the campus, but they were very busy. They were not able to come. So that also went like that. Could not go. Then after a couple of months, again when I was passing that way, I saw another big board. In that board, there was this film. Name is written, and I know surely you have watched that film. I have also watched it. Most of you have watched it. The name of the film was Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. You have not watched? Yeah. When I saw that board itself, of course, after watching the film Kuch Kuch Hota Hai, that's true. But while I was watching the board, advertisement of the board itself, something happened inside. Kuch Kuch Ho Gaya. What is that Kuch Kuch Ho Gaya? I was reminded of the previous boards that I had seen. 2 more boards there, no? Earlier one, the first one was Mujhe Tere Dil Mein Rehna Hai. Mujhe Tumse Pyar Hai. Now he is saying Kuch Kuch Hota Hai. I felt that Jesus is telling me something very important. Very important, he is telling me that he wants to live in my heart always. Why he wants to live in my heart always? Because mujhe tumse pyar hai. I love you so much. I love you so much. That's why I want to find a place in your heart. And when you give that place in your heart for me, when you accept my love, kuch kuch hota hai. You will not be the same person again. You are a transformed person. You are a new creation. It is there you bear witness to me. Kuch kuch hota hai. You share that good news that you experience with one another. And that's what the message that Jesus is giving us today. In the world you will have sorrow, but your sorrow is only for a while, and you will rejoice. There will be difficulties, there will be problems from the situations where you came. When you go back to those situations, your situation outside may not have changed much after the retreat. That would have remained the same. But you are not going back to the situation as the same person as you came. You are going back to the situation of your place with whom? With Jesus, with the power of the Holy Spirit. And the way that you would look into the situation will be very different from the way you saw it before. Because you see it, the new situation now, from the eyes of God, from the eyes of Jesus. He is there with you to guide you, to lead you, to empower you, to strengthen you, nourish you. And with that conviction, you move ahead in your lives. That's what Jesus is telling us today. Therefore, let's pray for that grace for all of us in this Eucharist, that every step that we take in our lives, every decision that we make in our life, we make that decision with the inspiration and with the power of God. Every adversity that we face in our lives, we face with the courage and confidence of the power of God that is working in us, the power of the Holy Spirit. And we pray for that grace in a special way during this Eucharist. And as we offer this bread and wine this moment, let's offer all our anxieties and worries, and some of things maybe still there are disturbing in your mind. But when they are surrendered in the hands of the Lord who transforms the bread and wine as His body and blood, is capable of transforming our lives. And therefore, we give ourselves to Him.
On this day of joy, on this day of hope, we come to you in love. With this bread and wine we come to this Eucharistic feast. On this day of joy, on this day of hope, we come to you in love.
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Hello, I am Royal Pillai and I am from Pune. Actually, this is my first retreat which I experienced, and the experience was really awesome. All I just experienced is the love of God. I was a boy who used to give up things very easily. I used to feel like, Arey yaar, let it go, still there is more to go. But after coming here, I realized that God is there. He provides chance, but it was our duty to go through it. And also, when Father was leading us to prayer and all, there was a word which struck me through my heart that was saying that I am the temple of the Lord, and whoever destroys this temple, God is there for him. And that word made me realize of my past. The difficulties which I went, and during the time of adoration, I surrendered everything to God. And that experience made me feel like my heart was burning, all the bad thing was just going out. Now I just want to say that, thank you God. And I would like to thank all the fathers and the cook and everyone. Thank you.
This is Anil.
Good afternoon, Anil. Yes.
I am from Mumbai. I had come for a retreat in the month of December, and there was a quest that next retreat I attend, it should be with my family. And I'm glad to make it finally after 11 years of our wedding that we made it for a retreat over here as a family. Initially there was worried whether the kids will adjust or no, but by God's grace the retreat went very good. And next my prayer to God is at least 10 families from Mumbai I'll get to this holy place. So that is my next prayer to God, and I know God will make it possible. Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nikita. I am from Pune. And firstly, I would like to thank God for calling me over here, giving me a divine call to this center. And secondly, I would like to thank my mom who brought me over here. Before coming over here, before 3 days, we had gone to Imagica. Everyone knows Imagica. It's an interesting place, right? For youngsters, it is an interesting place. Like adventures are there, everything is there. But after coming here, I realized I love this place more than Imagica. I was more blessed over here. I was more happy over here. And as God said, even if the mother leaves the child, I am here. I won't leave the child. But if I hear these words from God Himself, He would say to me, I will never let your mother leave you. Even she is not there, she will be there spiritually with you. And most of all, I would like to thank everyone over here. More than my relatives, everyone over here was more sweet to me. While passing through them, they all smiled at me, asked for me. It was so good. And all the fathers over here, while adoring the sacrament, we all cried, we all touched each other's feet. We thanked each other, we asked for forgiveness, we saw each other's image in each other. So it was a good experience. I experienced God in each and every one of us.